Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
It's the one!
We want them out! We want them out from John O'Groats to Land's End! We don't want these people!
I said, do you run your country back?
We are going to declare war on the globalist agenda and its insidious malintent on our citizens.
Send them home! Send them home! Send them home!
You know the situation, you know what I mean? A lot of illegals are coming in, undocumented, fighting age males.
And this march is about unvetted immigration.
Like everything that's happened down in England with all the immigration, the boats and everything, what people up in Scotland don't seem to realise is even though it's not maybe affecting us so badly right now, everything happens here eventually.
I'm actually a bit ashamed to call myself a Scotsman right now. I really am. People keep on saying to me, oh, they're waking up, they're waking up. They're not waking up.
The opposition showed up, so let's start using the right terminology to the country. These people are Marxists. They hate law and order. Yeah. They hate rules. They hate masculinity. They hate patriotism. They hate femininity. They despise child rearing. They hate Christianity. We are the last line of defence.
And bring the noise! Yeah!
So today I'm back in the streets of Glasgow, and what we have today is we've got a man called Nick Tenconi coming in from UKIP to Glasgow to protest outside the AC Hotel in Glasgow. And I'm here just to document and basically find out why are people here. Alright guys, how's it going? You the media? Who you with? There's the press, that'll be interesting. Anyway, so I'm here to see what these guys are out protesting about today, and like I said, you all know my stance. I'm very central, common sense. Probably they like to call me a conspiracy theorist, but anyway, let's see what these guys have got to say today, and maybe get a wee chat with Nick himself. Who you with, mate?
Already asked, Rhetoric.
Who you with?
Rhetoric.
Who's that?
It's an agency.
What did they do?
40s.
I just 40s, you know, report, but...
No.
Well, you got to label them all far right.
Ah, see what happened. Thanks.
They're not far right, but they're just people concerned, do you not think so?
Still do 40s.
Oh, well, see, just 40s for the press, and then the press write what they want about them, is that right? Come on, mate. Well, it'll be interesting, like I said, I'll be documenting this and asking them all what's going on. So if you're taking 40s, I would expect some honest journalism out of the 40s.
That's what they'll be.
Well, they haven't been honest regarding COVID. They haven't been honest for a lot of things.
Still in there for you, just answer.
I'm just saying it like it is, mate. I'm just telling it like it is. Know what I mean? I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
It's time to say no! It's time to secure our border! Let me take a stand! Send them home! 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 Send them home!
On you go, big man. I've seen you out here loud and proud, man.
We're Patriotic Alternative Scotland, and we've came here today to support the UKIP demonstration against these migrants, and we want to start the conversation about immigration. So we're here today, we've successfully unfurled various banners, took pictures of the police, and the crowd's very, very calm. We know that we've got the left-wing Starmer riot starter squad up the road there wanting to start something. I don't know if they get bussed in with police today. Probably. They've got a bus pass by the police now. These people are getting bussed about by the police.
Paid 30 pounds each.
I must admit that for Radical banner parade in Scotland, Police Scotland have been all right with the banner paraders. They've let us get on with our work, agitating amongst the people, giving them a leaflet and canvassing their opinion. So for that, I would thank Police Scotland.
This is one
And today we're going to keep the demonstration nice and peaceful and show these left-wing thugs for what they are.
So, we're out here outside this hotel, mate. We've got Nick Tenconi coming. Ryan, I've seen you on social media being quite vocal about things that are coming, mate. You want to tell us what brings you out here today?
Well, you know the situation, you know what I mean? A lot of illegals are coming in, undocumented, fighting age males, and the reports that are going on in Glasgow, it is, there we go, see, as you can hear, send them home. I think the people have just had enough, mate. The people have just had enough.
So I'm out here, Pedro. I've known you for a while now, mate. You've been out here, you've been doing a lot of protests since the COVID days, mate. What brings you out here today?
Well, we're getting to the point I told you about 5 years ago. I told you it would come to this. And I'm actually a bit ashamed to call myself a Scotsman right now. I really am. People keep on saying to me, oh, they're waking up, they're waking up. They're not waking up. They're not going to do it. Regardless of what we do. For 6 years, we have been standing down here in George's Square in the pissing rain sometimes, trying to waken you people up to be alert to what's going on. And I've told you about this. I want you to be able to turn around and say to your grandchildren or your children in 10 years' time when they come and ask you a question, Mum and Daddy, what did you do to try and stop this? Are you going to turn around and say, I couldn't be bothered, I couldn't take a day off my work, I couldn't come and do this and do that? We are being invaded at the moment. It's an invasion. You're being replaced right under your noses without a gun being fired. You'd all put your hands up and you'd have surrendered.
This is a question for you and for everybody else. Anyone that's listening, right? This isn't about Celtic or Rangers, is that correct? This is about the whole of Scotland. And the whole of the UK, you know.
The whole of the UK doing their gig, going from John O'Groats to Land's End. We will tell everybody we want them out. We want them out from John O'Groats to Land's End. We don't want these people.
So, big man, another question. A question to many people. Are we governed by these politicians or are we governed by something higher?
It's higher.
Who is the ones that are governing us?
The ones that you can't call out in public without getting cancelled, mate.
You don't know their names.
That special group that's in charge of the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve. We all know who we're talking about, mate.
WEF Agenda 2030. It's time for everybody to unite because that's what's going to happen.
Exactly. Together we stand. Together we stand as a team.
We're going to be a hated white minority by 2066. What is diversity going to look like when we're already last in the queue for a house, a job, peripatetic services? We're sick of being job last. It's time to put Scottish people first. We've got to, if you have a look at our banner, being white is not a hate crime. And if we look, we've got orange for the Rangers end and we've got green for the Celtic end. Because the thing that the Celtic Rangers end have got in common is that we're white. We're white, and if we don't stand up for our people now, then we're going to be a hated racial minority. We only need to look at South Africa and what's happened to South African farmers when the whites in South Africa voted themselves into extinction. White South African farmers are being murdered on a daily basis. And the Scottish Government, under Swin of the Swine, should be opening up safe routes for South African farmers to come into our country. Thank you.
You're a military man, aren't you? Right? Ex-military?
Ex-military, yeah.
Right, so my question to you is, right, you're ex-military. The people coming over this country, you pretty much have seen that kind of culture. Is that correct?
Exactly. So that, you see, the culture, so for example, Afghanistan, their culture will not integrate with our culture. 100%, especially when you look into, you know, even if you go down the religious beliefs, you know, the religious books, the religious texts, the prophets, it does not align with the Western culture and what we believe in.
So people are going to label you far right, Nazi, racist, mate. Are you any of those things at all?
Not all, mate. Well, you see, the definition of far right now, right? The left are pushing it. If you're a concerned parent, a concerned citizen, and you're concerned about the safety of women, the safety of children, you're classed as far right. It's not about left or right. It is about what's correct, basically, and common sense. We can't house all these folk. They're coming in, they're getting preferential treatment. We've got veterans on the street, homeless, and they're going straight to the top of the fucking housing list.
Yeah, man.
It's an invasion. I'll say it, it's an invasion. It is. How many women and children have you seen on these boats?
My question to you as my man is, do you think this is a plan?
Of course it's planned. The government's complicit in it all. It is planned. When there's talks of our troops going to Ukraine and all that, in wars that don't involve us, why are they bringing them in? You've got to ask yourself that question. Why are they bringing them in?
Come on, guys. You're not playing ball. It's my protest. You know that. No.
What's happening here? What's happening?
No one knows what's happening. There's a line of police horses. Obviously, we're complying with law enforcement. There's a line of horses. We're not going through. And there's far-right agents up there trying to hijack my demo. They're all working together. It's nonsense. And so someone needs to go and tell that crowd, tell Patriotic Alternative to get lost. Tell the far right to get lost.
What do you mean by far right over there? Not go today.
Anything at all associated in any way with far right figures. That's it. Whoever you choose to say is that figure. We know enough about these groups. Yeah, they're not interested. Denounce it. Get lost. Get rid.
So you know how to get through just now, no?
I'm just doing this walkie-talkie thing.
Yeah, you can't get through here.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Walk through.
I don't. Thank you, guys. Watch the horses, guys.
We're taking our country back, and it's you who's going to do it. However, one quick announcement. Unfortunately, there is a Patriotic Alternative banner. I'm going to keep this very civil and very pleasant. I'm sorry, this is a UKIP demo. The banner and Patriotic Alternative, you can't be here. I'm keeping it pleasant, I'm keeping it civil. I'm sorry, Patriotic Alternative banner, you can't be here. I'm sorry, I'm being polite and civil, different ideologies. It's a UKIP demo. No other banners are allowed. I'm sorry.
Keep it nice, be civil, and not welcome it. Different ideologies, different politics, and not welcome it. So I would ask you to leave.
But you're happy to march us right now?
Yeah, we're going to get that banner unfurled, and then we're going to do
Okay, we'll pass that.
Well spoken, Nick. Right. Very crystal clear.
Well done, mate. Thank you very much. Right, guys, we're going to get this banner unfurled. So if you are media, get in there. That's more like it. We have a bit of space. I need the media guys to be comfortable with whatever you've got. And am I good here? Yeah? Right, can we see it?
That is working. We're going to take some pictures now. If you want your country back, give me a cheer. I said, do you want your country back? To law enforcement. Do they belong to the government? Do they belong to Keir Starmer? streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? I tell you whose streets these are. These streets belong to us. They belong to the kids that play in them. They belong to our parents who raised us. They belong to our communities. They belong to our forefathers who spilt blood so that we may remain free. That's who these streets are. We just forgot who we were. And most of all, we forgot where we came from. Well, today, we're going to show Glasgow and Scotland what Christian courage looks like. Let's show the United Kingdom they were a happy, peaceful bunch. We're getting there.
Calm down. Get in there. Get in there.
Oh, right, roger that. So, media, let's have a big wave in it. Let's have a cheer. Do you want your country back, guys?
We want our country back.
Sing it to me, Brian. We want our country back. 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 That's it. We're just getting going, guys. So hold it there. Don't move elbows anymore. Keep coming forward. Now, my man on the left there, the very handsome chap with the flags, and my lovely lady here on the right, I need you guys to be looking at each other the whole time.
Refugees are welcome.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Best of luck with that one. Best of luck with that one. What are you doing? Send them home. 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 What are you doing?
So I had a wee woman there jumping front, trying to say refugees, but welcome. Anyway.
The reason why I say we go slow, guys, is because we've changed the route after weeks of planning and about 4
Have you got high heels on again?
We've changed the route.
What brings you here,
Honestly,
mate?
I've not seen anything like
I'm here because, you know that I'm not massively politically affiliated to anybody.
Yep.
But I quite like Nick. I've spoke to Nick. He's a decent guy. I don't agree with everything.
I get that.
You know, I've told him that, but I do agree with a hell of a lot. And this march is about unvetted immigration.
Illegal.
That's all it's about. It's not about genuine seekers of asylum.
A little bit, move this way.
It's about unvetted migrants who are coming here to commit further criminality.
You're obviously doing your job, mate. Have you seen a massive increase in people from foreign countries, mate, committing the crimes that you've been?
Of course we have. The crime figures speak for themselves. The National Crime Agency have not all of a sudden started making mistakes. This is accurate information.
Well, this will be interesting, mate. I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, we'll get a chat. Cheers, John.
How you doing, my man?
I'm pretty good, John.
What brings you here today?
Well, I run a Force for Good, which is for keeping the union together. We're also interested in other issues relating to sovereignty, such as the control of our borders and things like that. And so I thought I'd come in here and do a live stream just to show what's happening. We're not a supporter of any particular political party. I used to be a member of UKIP, but that was 20 years ago now. So it's interesting just to see how they've developed from being a pro-Brexit party into the immigration issue, which seems to be the main issue at the moment among many people in this field anyway.
Well, my name's Hannah Wolf. I live up here in Scotland, so I didn't travel in too far, but honestly, everything that's happened down in England with all the immigration, the boats and everything, what people up in Scotland don't seem to realise is even though it's not maybe affecting us so badly right now, everything happens here eventually. There's nothing stopping all of these people getting shipped up here, and the statistics are insane now. 1 out of 4 sexual offences are made by non-British nationals, and you might think, oh, 1 out of 4, that's not too bad. But this is based on old data that 9.3% of the population is a non-British national, so that means that a non-British national is 71% more likely to commit a sexual offence crime. If if it were women and children on the boats, I don't think we'd be as fucking bothered, right? Because the age of consent is 12 over in Afghanistan. They've got no rights. They have to wear the hijabs and all the rest of it, and we don't like seeing that here. If they were to come over, if it was women and children on the boat, and they were to come, adapt to our cultures, speak our language, ditch the hijab, military age, fighting men, and as everyone's saying, there's a civil war brewing, and it's not good.
I think my concern is I'm slowly but surely seeing it getting worse in Ireland, it's getting worse in England, but in my opinion, Scotland, we haven't seen it yet, because I think in the 2026 general election, if Labour get in, we're going to then see and get ramped up. I mean, would you agree with that?
Well, the 2026 Holyrood election next year, absolutely. Well, whether SNP or Labour get in, I think they're just going to keep the borders open. And so there is a time right now for an insurgent party like UKIP or Reform, probably more likely, to actually take quite a few votes, get into Holyrood and actually change the conversation. Because right now, none of the people in Holyrood want to talk about this. They find it too awkward. Many of them are just beholden to a kind of old-fashioned view of integration when there was only a few immigrants coming into Scotland and Britain. Yeah. But they're completely unable to deal with the modern reality now, which is like last year, 1 million long-term immigrants came into Britain. The year before, 1.3 million. The year before, 1.2 million. These are numbers which have gone beyond the ability to quote-unquote integrate. And I'm afraid the Scottish political establishment hasn't caught up with that fact yet. So it's going to take Reform or some other parties or people breaking in 2026 next year to actually get into Holyrood and change the conversation to say, look, this is an issue now that we all have to have an opinion on, and we don't have to be, mean-spirited about it. We can simply say we're going to control our borders, we're going to keep the numbers down, and we're just going to get a handle on the situation.
Well, do you have a curiosity? I like to ask people, why do you think this is done on purpose by any chance?
I mean, it could, right? To keep a certain political party in power because they know that a certain demographic of people are gonna vote for them.
Well, for me, I'm more about Agenda 2030 WF and all that, and basically they want so much civil unrest in this country, and that's so they can bring in such things, individual ID, facial recognition, all that.
Like they did yesterday.
Yesterday.
The online festival came into play yesterday.
Well, again, like everything,
so now to watch anything like remotely adult, you have to verify your facial recognition.
Well, again, it's just a
first suppression and control. I mean, I've got my own separate opinions on it.
Well, again, my channel's mainly on that kind of stuff. I say, I took the COVID drag and they killed me.
Oh my God.
So I've been speaking out regarding it. I've took on the Prime Minister. I've been very vocal regarding everything. But I just like to come out and ask people, because I say the mainstream media are going to label people something they're not. And I don't trust mainstream media now. Who does?
No, I don't. Well, I also do political content. It's Lana Wolf UK on Instagram if anyone wants to come my way.
And the question is, are you far right?
I mean, what is far right? Apparently my dress is racist. Apparently. This is the new naughty schoolgirl outfit, apparently, because I've been suspended. But no, my dress is not racist. We just have to protect our fucking culture. And also, up here in Scotland, whether you like it or not, SNP, we are part of the United Kingdom. So it pertains to all of us. And yeah, here we go. Very apt. The song's come out. Thank you for your time.
Like I said, I've been documenting. I went to Kilmarnock a few months ago. The guys were starting to have concerns, and I said it's just people here that seem to be concerned about their country. Again, I've only done a few interviews. I might come across someone that may have a different view, but I mean, I'm going to ask the question that most people ask. Are you racist at all?
Well, I certainly wouldn't describe myself as that, no, but what I do notice is that the mainstream media, and especially the politicians, if you oppose immigration, that's what they're going to call you. If you oppose mass immigration, that's what they're going to call you, isn't it? But of course, I would reject that, because that refers to like hatred of people because of different races, which of course is wrong and absurd and completely unnecessary. This is what we need to do is mainstream this issue. Control of the borders is a mainstream issue that any political party should be dealing with, and you can do that from a particularly kind and principled and proper perspective. It doesn't have to be the opposition. The people who want open borders will throw every name at you, throw every description at you. But at the end of the day, it just has to be normal politics, and this just has to become normal politics.
I think it needs to be common sense, in my opinion, mate. I always say it all the time. There's something higher at play. I think the way the future's going, it's going to be shaped into a complete dictatorship. That's my honest opinion.
Well, I'd like to think that democracy can still win this. I'd like to think that we still have the ability, through our democratic means, through our democratic constitution, through Westminster and Holyrood, to sort these matters. And I do believe that we do. You're absolutely right, though. There are very powerful forces at play, especially in the financial industry, that want this sort of thing. And there's also in the ideological, there's people who just want like a one world. You know, so you've got your one worldists and you've got your financial system who think that it's good to keep prices down, to keep wages low, and to keep borrowing low and stuff like that.
Well, look, mate, I appreciate the conversation.
John, always happy. Best of luck to your channel, as always.
I'm only here to I'm not claiming that I'm with them. I'm not for me. I just don't trust mainstream media. So what if the papers are going to write stuff about these people, I might as well come on the streets and speak to the people and say, why are you here?
Absolutely. You're quite right not to trust the mainstream media these days.
I mean, just before we go, you were talking about the online safety bill.
I was talking about the online safety bill. So I was saying, we all know Elon Musk and how he took over X. X was supposed to be our platform for freedom of speech. And unfortunately, it seems like the online safety bill is being used to censor political content. So we all thought it was about pornography. I want to censor that word. But obviously we don't, I'm all for that, censoring that for kids. But unfortunately, they're now removing the political content. And then what have they also done? Lowered the voting age to 16, right? Or were they just talking about, or have they actually done it? But it's just how are kids supposed to make an informed decision on who to vote for if they can't even have access to political content? So, yeah.
I think the world's a bit backwards now. I think common sense needs to play a part in politics, to be honest with you. But for me, it's everything at play right now is complete control. They've got facial recognitions. If you looked into 20-minute neighbourhoods at all in Scotland, it's in the Glasgow City Council. It's a scary, scary world, and I tell everybody what is going to come. It's going to be complete dictatorship. Facial recognition. It's in Glasgow City Council, Edinburgh City Council, cashless society. It's a very, very scary world. And this here, to me, in my opinion, is part of the plan to divide and conquer. Look, you're getting labelled something you aren't. There's going to be whatever you want to call them, lefties. In my opinion, I call them normies. And they're going to come out here and they're going to start calling you guys something, and this crowd's going to get agitated. And I really hope it doesn't. But this is why I come out here to try and tell people you should maybe look at my content. You'll maybe go, hold on, that guy might be onto something.
Yeah.
It's for our safety. I agree. Law and order. I agree. Move them out of the way. Why are we being looted? Why are we taking a different route? And it gets better, Patriots. I've spent the last 4 weeks dealing with Glasgow City Council bureaucracy. It's madness. Every dot on every I, every cross on every T. Wrap up on the day. Sorry, guys. Different route entirely, because there's left-wing fascists waiting for you. Of course there's left-wing fascists. We're the good guys. Of course there's left-wing extremists.
Just documenting this. Obviously, you see the state of Glasgow now in particular, but all of Scotland, even Aberdeen, it's happening. And all these illegal immigrants flooding in. And the police here for today, we can see the police are complicit in this. They probably personally don't agree with what's happening. Their tax money's going to this as well. But you know what? They're taking orders, they're puppets, and they're complicit in the downfall of Scotland and the United Kingdom and Europe in general. It's disgusting.
I guess for me, mate, I feel that basically there's something bigger at play. I think that, in my opinion, I think like we haven't seen it as bad in Scotland yet. I think once the 2026 election comes in, Labour take over. I think when we see the Labour complete takeover the UK in 2026, I think that's when we're going to see this. I think that's what we're going to see.
Labour are scumbags, and I mean, I'm all for Trump. I was doing it to welcome Trump in last night at Patriotic. But he was going on about the windmills of Scotland, the illegal immigrants of Scotland, but what he also said is Keir Starmer's a good guy, and
He's going to be speaking to Keir Starmer, but he's doing good stuff. Now, I really don't believe that Donald Trump believes that himself, but I hope he can speak some sense into that, Starmer, and we can actually get a bit of progress in getting all these illegal immigrants back out in Scotland.
Yeah, man. Well, look, this is going to be interesting.
I mean, they've just took us the wrong way here, so they have. The police are just basically, we were meant to be marching the opposite way, but because Antifa, the left-wing extremists, the people, the masked up violent people are there, so they've took us the opposite direction to where we were meant to be going.
Wow.
So they're complicit. They're complicit in the downfall of Scotland.
Here's hoping that everything goes all right. Like I said, I'm only here to document. I'm not here on any side. I'm just here to say, you know, why are we here? That's it.
Impartial observer.
But that's it. That's it, mate. Anyway, mate, I appreciate it. Bring a noise, I like to say.
Bring a noise, that's it. Bring a noise.
Going up to Cathedral Square, where we're going to have a chat.
I'm good, mate.
Good, man.
Aye,
Big
man.
Big
Aye,
man.
mate.
I am.
Why is it considered criminal to be concerned about your children's safety?
That's it. Why is it considered racist? Why is it considered racist?
If you're worried about unvetted men targeting your kids, you're immediately labelled a fascist extremist. You're called right wing.
Slow down, guys.
Why?
Slow down.
That's Cathedral Square there.
That way.
Cathedral Square is in there. Cathedral Square.
Is it in there?
When we say it ends. Immigration to Britain has gone on for too long. Everything is a slippery slope. Now, come forward. Oh no, wait, no, wait.
You're not allowed in.
I'm not allowed into my own protest.
Come on, please
Fine guys, let's go in. Hands, and it's not a test, has everyone seen the 6 missions that UKIP has? Show of hands, 50%? So if you haven't, I want you, the public, to know what you're signing up to. When you go on to ukip.org tonight and you spend 30 quid for the year to get your country back, on the website it says what our 6 missions are. I want you to know those missions, and if you want to do more homework, I want you to pop open the manifesto. And you've got 78 pages of conservatism and Christian nationalism. So I can summarise the 79 pages for you. It's conservatism, it's Christian nationalism, we're taking our country back, deport the people who do not deserve to be here, illegals and communists. So let's talk facts, yeah? So Scotland's so-called hate speech, the hate speech law, sorry, we all know are the most tyrannical potentially on planet Earth. And whilst left-wing activists who are posing as police officers would love to arrest me and to arrest us, we're never going to give them the satisfaction, because our ideology and our values means that we can't get arrested, because there's nothing bigoted or hateful about not wanting women and children assaulted, threatened, intimidated, raped, murdered. There's nothing wrong with saying that Christ is King and our Lord and Saviour. There's nothing wrong with standing up for your communities and saying that we don't want our NHS weaponised. We don't want police weaponised. We want free and fair press and impartial policing. It's not too much to ask. So you're never going to get lifted. You're not going to go to jail. You were told a lie that if you attend a protest, that if you get involved in politics, you'll lose your liberty. No, you won't, because we're the good guys and we're taking our country back.
So I'm here with Mr. Nick Tenconi, and we're in Glasgow. Nick, what brings you to Glasgow today, mate?
So we've got our mass deportations demo in Glasgow. We have a pipeline of events, and Saturday, July 26th, finds us in the wonderful city of Glasgow, surrounded by strong patriots, sending a very clear message to the government, to the establishment, to the media, law enforcement, that we're taking our country back. No mercy, no diplomacy, and no surrender. And as ever, I don't know necessarily what I'm walking into. I don't know how many people are going to be there. If I'm wanted, I'll stay, and I'll be a voice for the voiceless. If I'm wanted, I'll stay. If people don't want me there, or if they don't want to take their country back, that's absolutely fine. But if people want a leader, if they want a political party, which is the only way to take your country back, I will rock up in that town. I will be there. I will be a voice for the voiceless. And I say together, we can actually make Britain great again.
UKIP have been demonised in the past, mate, by the mainstream media. You've been labelled, you know, like you're obviously taking over now. Tell us, what are you going to do different with this new UKIP?
Yeah, sure. So the problem with demonisation and tarnished brands was everyone knows Nigel was in charge of UKIP, that it had lots of different leaders, but he was in charge of UKIP, and what he allowed took his eye off the ball. Potentially the guy doesn't care enough. But inevitably there was what you might call a far right, or an ethno-nationalist, or even potentially a neo-Nazi tag along maybe to UKIP. Go back to 2015, ask the British public, how did you view UKIP? How did you view Nigel? When you saw the leaflets in the windows and people were campaigning, how do you feel about it? So I don't have any comment about that from 5-10 years ago. What I do know is that UKIP is a well-respected, well-known political brand all across the world, and obviously the 6 missions which have been designed and the policies in the manifesto have all been engineered in line with our political philosophy and our political ideology. That is conservatism, actual social conservatism, and Christian nationalism. And one last point, anything far right, neo-Nazi or ethno-nationalist conflicts massively with conservatism and with Christian nationalism. So I'll give you the example. If we know people are that way inclined, they'll be asked to leave. They're not involved. They're not allowed to stand as candidates. Everyone gets vetted. And when I rocked up at the protest a minute ago or an hour ago, Patriotic Alternative were there. And as I said, it's not personal. I do not want you at my demo. Everyone's got different opinions about this, but if you understand National Action, the British National Party, the BNP, if you understand from the 70s onwards, as we do at UKIP, we know who is welcome and who is not. Our ideology and our political philosophy is conservatism and Christian nationalism. So there's an actual living, breathing example of saying UKIP might be a tarnished brand to some people, but it really isn't to the vast majority of people who subscribe to conservatism and to Christian nationalism.
For me, I think there's something bigger at play. You were on a Twitter space, mate, a while ago with Uncensored Patriots, which myself and Alex Kearney know. For me, obviously there's been a massive shift. Look, if you spoke to me back in the day, mate, I would have probably said you were this and that, you know, believe in the narrative, especially the COVID days. I think we've seen a massive change in people's, you know, what they're seeing now. And for me, you did say something in that which I think needs to be highlighted a hell of a lot more. I think it's kind of cut out the bullshit and let's talk straight. I believe that we're governed by WHO, WEF and Agenda 2030. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's right. So for your audience, the one of the things I'm going to do as your elected leader, if you choose to subscribe to me and to UKIP, is to give you the right terminology. The right phrase here is supranational tyranny. Supranational, i.e. above state level. So you've got mafia, you've got political, and then you've got the agenda. That's the supranational tyranny. You're always going to have that. World Health Organization, WHO, United Nations. As a blue-blooded conservative, how can I even say NATO? But I'm going to chuck NATO into that as well. Anything, IMF, International, WEF, can't not think of acronyms. Anything above sovereignty, anything above nation state. You know, our executive, our judiciary, our Houses of Commons, you know, our state, anything above that, now, as a result of far left extremism and its concocted ideas around climate, critical race theory.
Well, I mean, the other thing as well, I went down to Wales recently, mate. I had to go down to Wales and I had to do the farmers' protested outside a Labour campaign when Keir Starmer was there. The farmers are telling us there's going to be food shortages.
The farmers, so you've got the farmers, you've got climate, you've got 20-mile-an-hour speed zones, you've got the war on motorists.
15-minute, 20-minute neighbourhood.
You've got 15-minute cities, you've got DIE, CRT, BLM, Right, so
this stuff needs to be wiped out.
How can I help your audience here? I hear you. I agree with you. Our political philosophy and ideology is conservatism and Christian nationalism. We believe in British sovereignty, and when we say we're taking our country back, we mean exactly that. We are going to declare war on the globalist agenda and its insidious malintent on our citizens, whether it's the war on motorists, which is a personal pet peeve of mine, whether it's climate change, Nazism, for example. All of this, I will add in this, all of this is designed to infuriate you, by the way. All of the agenda is designed to demoralise you, demotivate you, defund you, and to displace you and subvert you. And which book do we need to read to learn about how to do that? The Communist Manifesto. It's all there, guys. It's the Communist Manifesto.
It's all divide and conquer.
It's all divide and conquer.
Look at 2020. You take yourself back earlier. Look, my story starts with the vaccine, mate. It nearly killed me. And I've been basically an activist trying to raise awareness on this, but it's trying to all divide and conquer, mate. I just feel that the public are misinformed, and this is why we need to come out here. We need to tell people exactly what's going on, and I think we need straight talking, no bullshit.
So if I could just tack on to that. Patriots, I promise you, on everything that's holy, we have absolutely no time left. Agenda 2030, the fact that the British line woke up in 2020, the fact that we've all been awake for the last 5 years, I promise you, we have one last shot at taking our country back, because it's going to take decades to re-engineer society. It's going to take decades. The fight now is for our children and our children's children and their children. Otherwise, we will be wiped out. The Islamic Caliphate will win. So if the mindset is what's in it for me, you've already lost the battle. There are no more grains of sand in the hourglass.
I think the scary thing for me is, Nick, like the goal is Agenda 2030. The next election is 2029. That's 1 year off their goal, mate.
I will say it.
In Scotland, we've got the 2026 election. Yeah. And we know Big Craig Houston. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, so I'll tie that in. So Craig's a good guy. He's gone out of his way, like a lot of people have, to introduce himself. So here's where I come in. Reform are set to do some serious good work in Scotland, right? Cool. Here's where I come in. Every single town, village, constituency, county, at the moment, straight talking is what wins hearts and minds. Let's do some of that, shall we? Every constituency is 25% communist, 25% liberal, 25% centrist, 25% right-wing socially conservative. Divide and conquer. The devil's plan is to turn man against his brother. So let's see what Reform do and don't do next year. And you know what? I wish them well, actually, because if they do the business and they fail us, we will once again be looking around politically homeless. How many chances do you get to be a liberal? How many more chances? Now that's fair and square, right? So in Wales and Scotland, they're set to do the business. Let's let them do the business, and then let's see what good they actually do. Our ideology and political philosophy is conservatism, is Christian nationalism. Close the borders, deploy the military, begin mass deportations and remigration of those who do not belong here, including the communists and the Marxists who despise us and who are here to subvert our culture, and reinstate Christianity back into the heart of government. And when they fail, the purple tidal wave will be here with open arms saying welcome home.
Class one. Just before I finish, mate, because I know you're a busy man, and how have you enjoyed Glasgow today, mate?
I've absolutely loved it. The police were given so many opportunities. I won't go into Glasgow City Council and what I've had to go through for the last 4 weeks, the bureaucracy, the nonsense, and I loved being reminded every time I was on a call with them that they only work 9 till 3 Monday to Thursday. I remember my first part-time job as well. It's been absolutely excruciating, and then on the day, the police chopped our march pretty much in half. They wouldn't allow us to go through the city centre. Why wouldn't they allow us to go through the city centre where all the footfall is? Because left-wing fascists were there, and they didn't want a clash. There's no clash or division or nonsense on the side of socially conservative patriots, people that love their country. What they were referring to, which they won't put into words, is the left-wing fascists and how violent they are, both against patriots and against the police. So once again, we all had to pander to left-wing fascism.
I'd like to say, John, on behalf of Nick, that was an extremely peaceful turnout today, and they allowed us to march out of the audience that we were wanting to engage with and hemmed us in a small part with no engagement.
You got
audience,
it. You got it.
Utterly deplorable.
You got it.
I'll give you a quick one. Yesterday, mate, Queensferry, we had people, Greenpeace hanging, 10 of them hanging from a bridge, mate. We had helicopters out, we had the police out, We had traffic, how much money the Coast Guard out for people that are going having a face-off with boats. For
What did they do? Did they hang themselves?
No, they're hanging. They're hanging from the boat. They're hanging from. 10 of them hang off the side. I don't know if
I thought you meant hangers in.
But this is the question.
No, they had flags.
Oh, thank God for that.
Who's cost more money today? You doing this?
Yeah.
Or them hanging?
Again, you preach to the converted. I just want to say a massive thank you to the Patriots. I think there's a lot of Scottish nationalists who are also pro-union and pro-patriot as well. Yeah, exactly. And I've got a lot of time and respect for that. We are nationalists, but we see the union and our brotherhood in our Lord and Saviour. So I will say this: I could character assassinate the police and law enforcement over and again. I was at Epping last Sunday down in Essex. This has also gone viral because the work Turning Point UK has done. We now know that whether the police do or don't bus left-wing fascists in, whether they do or don't give them private escorts, whether they do or don't put plants, MI5 plants in, be they far right or far left, agitators into the crowd, whether they do or don't do that, we know that the police constantly pander to the communists. They constantly pander to the left-wing extremists. Meanwhile, patriots remain solid, steadfast, and law-abiding, and that's ultimately what shifts the needle, and that's what wins hearts and minds.
The thing is, Nick, I came to the other side as well. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I'm a Celtic fan, right? And I stood here. The thing is, see once you realise the goal, see once you get the goal, I know, see once you know the goal, everything doesn't matter. This country needs to get together and realise what the actual end goal is.
Yeah, can I make an announcement about this? I have a small crowd around me. So for is this live or is it pre-recorded?
No, just a pre-recorded.
So I want everyone to listen to this, right? So I'm a bit naive about the Celtic Rangers things. Do you know what I know? I know about state-sponsored terrorism. I think that there are good young men and women out there who have been brainwashed by an agenda to despise the opposing side. We'll say no more about it. That's what I think's happened. So when you say that you've implied you're a former lefty.
SNP.
Yeah, SNP, you're a former Celtic fan. Guys,
common sense,
I think that there is a grooming attempt on certain sides, and I think it's our job to save those young men, to make them understand that the victimhood that is injected into them, whether you call them Celtic or Catholic, that anti-British sentiment. Stop listening to Kneecap. Stop being injected with that woke grooming. You're a victim. I'm sick of it when I see it. Again, they might be Catholic, they might be Celtic, but I'm sick of it. We have our brotherhood, we have our faith, our roots. It's all in Christianity, and ultimately we stand up for the most vulnerable within society, cherish masculinity the same way we do as femininity. You've been brainwashed to a far left agenda, and I think we should try and save these young men. Typically, you'd call them Celtic supporters. Is that correct? Yeah. Is that right? And now, if they don't want to be saved and if they don't want to play ball, then we'll leave them to it.
Like I said, if everybody doesn't actually realise the goal, your freedom's gone. The freedom that I tell everybody, your 20-minute neighbourhoods are in your city councils.
That's it.
Look it up.
That's it.
They have it. Facial recognition, cashless society is all part of the plan. And I'm telling you, this country needs to wake up to what's happening. But Nick, I appreciate it,
God bless you, mate.
And bring the fucking noise in, like you say, mate.
I love it.
Nick, how's it going, mate? You've been out here documenting this today. What brings you to Glasgow?
What brings me to Glasgow, mate, is first of all, I'm a UKIP member. And secondly, I'm a YouTuber.
Are you?
So, kill two birds in one stone.
I mean, not to be funny or anything, mate, but the mainstream media would tarnish you. You know, technically you shouldn't be really hanging about with people like Nick, so why are you here? And I'm just saying what they would say, mate.
Well, because the issue isn't directly about someone like me. Because I'm born and bred in this country, my mother's English, I've adapted to the culture, and I'm as British as anybody else. But the bigger problem is we've got people coming into this country who are not adapting to the culture.
Yep.
We've got people coming to this country who are bringing their stuff and not assimilating. And it's got to the stage now where the lack of assimilation has become a huge problem to the ethnic population of this country.
I think for me, I've been witnessing what's happening in Ireland. Only what I see online. I've been seeing what's happening down in London. And I'm saying to myself, this is slowly but surely going to come to Scotland, because it's happening in America, it's happening in Australia. All this stuff that's happening, it's all kind of global. Would you agree?
I would. I believe it's a globalist agenda. I mean, I'm not too much into conspiracy theories, but being an older guy, I've seen the dramatic changes that have taken place culturally in the island of Great Britain. And what people don't understand is you can be a black person and still have that same concern. I'm not aligned to any particular person. I am me, and I want to see justice. And what is justice for me is seeing the British culture preserved and not put into second place. All right?
Well, look, I hope you enjoyed yourself here in sunny Glasgow, although the sun's not out anymore.
Well, Brexit Brian will be back the next time we're up here.
Definitely, I appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
God bless you now.
Alex, how you doing, mate? We've been out here today, we've been at this protest. What do you think of it?
Very, very civilised, very peaceful. It would have been well executed by Nick and his team had the police kept their word, which they admitted in front of us that they changed the route. We were going to walk back down through the city where the audience to engage us, and yet they blocked us from doing that under the Public Disorder Act and told us that they didn't want us clashing with football fans, but the football fans won't be in the city till tonight, and we told them we'll be over and done in 2 hours. They said no, which was a break of their word. You know, they broke the promise that we would be allowed to stick to the route that was chosen and pre-agreed. Very disappointing. They marched us out of the city where all the people are, took us into a park, a very small park at Cathedral Square, and hemmed us in and kept us there, where there is no audience for engagement. So we all talk about two-tier police, and it's quite disappointing, John, because it was extremely peaceful. No. There was no one shouting anything outrageous. It just is people that are concerned about unvetted individuals with no criminal traceability. We cannot vouch for these people. We don't know who they are.
It's just a shame, isn't it?
It's a shame.
But it's a shame that this city's so divided, isn't it? Because, like I say,
there's always going to be division.
I say, mate, mainly people see this Union Jacks today and all that, and they'll just automatically, especially in Glasgow, you're just automatically going to...
Yeah, a lot of Union flags, a lot of St Andrews flags. You know, a flag's a flag. It's a bit of material. I don't, I take them or leave them. It's not. I'm here for the child exploitation side of it, which was a hot topic. It was well discussed. Nick's clearly passionate about that, which is one of the rare politicians that actually discuss it and put it on their manifesto and, have a very constant dialect about it. They press it, they push it. You don't really hear anyone else talking about it. They'll give it a little token gesture. He seems to me very genuinely concerned about the protection of children and vulnerable people in the UK. So he's got to be commended for that.
100%. Oh, mate, we're going to do a podcast soon, aren't we? And I tell you what, you've got a hell of a lot to say, especially with bloody that shield and all that.
Yep.
No, I mean, anyway, appreciate it, mate.
No problem, John. Cheers, guys.
So some people are at the pub now, the Howgate pub. Interesting to see if they let them in here. Try and see if I can get some more interviews with people as well. So you're not getting in the pub, are you?
It's absolutely perfect, but as ever, we have a lefty, whatever you want to call it, just doesn't want our money's not green, so the expression goes. So every single time this happens, and I have to coordinate a city that I don't know how to navigate and find somewhere. Meanwhile, our enemies will be tracking and tracing us, indeed hunting us. Meanwhile, we have to all stay calm and in control, and it's just part of demo life.
So did you already organise us to come here?
No, so to be clear, because she's just twisted my words, I didn't organise this. I located the pub and I've brought everyone here because it's a pub and I'm a taxpayer. So I want to use it, but as usual, it's left-wing, whatever they are saying, my licence won't accommodate you, there's too many people. It's absolutely...
Be on guard, right? It sounds like we've got a posse coming.
Left-wing fascists, my favourite.
I was going to say, I wouldn't let them come up here, man. There's kids in that pub. There's like kids and all that in there, man.
They're going that way.
Aye, that's alright. Just tell them to stay. Aye. So as you can see there, there's a march. Refugees welcome. Up there. As long as they avoid the pub. That's the main thing, because there's kids in that pub, I think. And
they're going past, it's fine. Yeah, they're going straight past. Yeah. They're not coming this way. Probably in a little minute, just because the road's a bit full. Yeah. No, they're going straight past.
Just stay.
They're going straight past.
I wouldn't even engage with them, man. Now it's just going to get out of chaos, man.
Because they've got a freedom of expression, mate.
For me, this isn't needed, this is not needed, this is what the government want, this is what people want. Anyway. Now it's just going to become a shouting match, innit? Grown adults shouting at each other, can't be bothered with it. I really can't. I mean, how are we Nazis?
Off our streets! Israel! Israel!
Alright, let's go.
So Nick, the opposition showed up, mate.
The opposition showed up. So let's start using the right terminology to the country. These people are enemies of they are our enemies, and under an appropriate government with free and fair press and impartial policing, they would be declared, they will be declared domestic terrorists. Let's talk about who these people are. Stand up to racism, unite against fascism. The Socialist Worker Party, all those, if you pan round, all of those placards, this is all Socialist Worker Party. Where does the Socialist Worker Party, where does Unite Against Fascism, where does Stand Up to Racism, where do they get their funds from? They get their funds from trade unions like Unison, which is Britain's biggest trade union. I've got receipts on my phone, emails, screenshots and text messages from people, mainly actually concerned citizens who are female, saying, we have got a text and an email from Unison, i.e. or NHS Scotland, i.e. they work for them, saying if you are at tomorrow's protest with UKIP, you will lose your job. I've got the screenshots. These people, let's explore their ideology, let's explore their policies. These people are Marxists. They hate law and order. Yeah. They hate rules. They hate masculinity. They hate patriotism. They hate femininity. They despise child rearing. They hate Christianity. We are the last line of defence, not for police officers. Our ideology, our policies, we're the last line of defence. When this mob attacks police, I will protect the police. I will put myself in harm's way for female officers. These people down there, they are Marxists. They are communists. And law enforcement and the intelligence services know that. They know that they want to watch Britain burn. That's why we're stood. That's why you see the GB flags. That's why you see us peaceful, patriotic. But we're not having it anymore. We're calling out left-wing fascists who are here to subvert our culture.
Stop the boat! 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 Stop the boat!
I'm just here to document, mate. I'm impartial. I would be interested to go over there and interview them. Am I allowed to?
No, mate.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
If anything happens, mate.
No, I get it.
It's going to be my pension, mate, if anything happens.
No,
So, good. I've just given an interview to one of the guys, and I've explained that these people over here, the people who turn up when we attend protests, standing up for women and children, the most vulnerable in society, when we say we want more policing, taxpayer-funded money to go on, tough sentencing, law and order, we want to protect the most vulnerable in society from paedophiles, this kind of thing. This group over here that's just gone past, Socialist Worker Party, Stand Up to Racism, Unite Against Fascism, trade unions that work for the Labour Party, they will oppose us. They will oppose us and they will call us Nazis, which is an actual criminal offence, but they won't get arrested for it. That surmises the fight that we are in. These people want open borders. They see them as asylum seekers. They see them as refugees. There's a reason why they travel in packs. There's a reason why they're on the streets every single week, non-stop. They are funded by trade union money. Culture runs downstream from politics, patriots. As soon as we do exactly what they do, everyone will get behind it. But we're downtrodden. We're the forgotten. This is what has to happen next. Learn from these people. Learn from your enemies.
They're not going to bring close.
They might come round, mate. They might come round that.
But you know what? We know what the worst thing is.
I've got some soap. Want some soap?
When they come out here, they might be going up there, they might be going back into town. It's one of two ways, right?
We think of that, big man, them showing up, we think of that.
Gosh, not surprising. But we're not allowed anywhere near them, but it's funny how when it's the tables are turned, they can get near to us. Then a couple of police I spoke to totally agreed, and they're not allowed really to show that agree, but a couple of them did really show that agreed with what I was saying. And that it's just mental, man. The world's crazy. It really is. I just don't understand it. And they look like they've got good numbers turning out, and they've got all these stand up to racism signs and refugees fleeing families, pictures of families on the sign. It's bullshit. It's all men. It's all fighting age men. And I've got family members myself that agree with this craziness. I mean, I'm not against immigration.
So, big man, what brings you out here today?
I'm just really concerned about what's going on in our country. I'm patriotic. I don't want to see the division that is happening in our country right now. I believe that the division that's going on in Scotland right now, not just the UK, is at its highest point it's ever been, and it's never been divided this way. You know, on the right side, I feel in a way, and I just want to bring the country back to what it was.
Out of curiosity, where you stay, are you starting to see a change? Like, are you starting to see any mass illegal immigration where you are? Are you starting to see a bit of a change in this country?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm from Fife, I won't say where. From Fife. There's immigrants just getting, dropped in different places, but then same places time and time again. So yeah, they've seen a massive change. We've had streets taken over by barbershops. We've had streets taken over with Afghan, Syrian, Iraqi only food shops, halal shops. It's not that we're against it, we just don't want it forced on us, and that's kind of where I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah, well, look, something's happening here, big man. I don't know, cops are kind of...
I'll tell you exactly what's happening, mate. So the police have just led Antifa right to us. They didn't know where we were, they just led us right to us. That's why you see them all there. They backed them off, now they've sent them all the way around. Now that I can get 5 minutes time, they've got to come down here.
Do you think they'll be there?
Aye. The police do it every single time. Police Scotland are renowned for it. The amount of protests that have been there, peaceful protests, and Police Scotland facilitate Antifa, they facilitate the Green Brigade, and they don't just march them towards their side of the protest, they march us directly towards us. So what's the agenda there?
I don't know, mate. This is...
How they serious?
Is there anything happening here, mate? Like, is there people coming down here or something? It seems like we're a bit...
No, we're just trying to get the road open.
Oh, right, sound, mate. So I'm sitting here talking to you, these guys are heading to the pub now. What were you saying there?
I was saying that I'm going to be made homeless in weeks to come. The next close to me is a scatter flat. It's been empty for nearly a year, so I thought I could go there until I get a house, but it's only for immigrants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've got to go through the homeless, and I'm actually dreading it.
And are you noticing an uptick in people that are a lot of immigration in your area?
Almost definite.
And what are the people in the community saying? Have they got concerns?
See, I kind of keep myself to myself in the community, but I can see a big difference.
Aye. Well, you know, you think that the Scottish Government would kind of prioritise someone that is from Scotland, and
Of
you
course.
would then be putting them in,
And
you in a
then
house.
there's people in the streets as well that shouldn't be in the streets, and we're getting these asylum illegal people, whatever you might call them, accommodation, phones, food, electric bikes, pair of trainers for IDs. I need new trainers, I need a house,
You just need a house.
I need food. But we're not getting that, we're just like scum.
Well, we're getting treated like the outsiders.
So what brings you out today, big man?
Just here to support the march by Nick Tenconi for the mass immigration, to stop them, to support the mass immigration for the illegal immigrants and the legal immigrants that are ruining the country and putting our women and children at risk.
And have you noticed it? Like, where are you from, mate?
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen. Are you noticing a massive? Because there's actually a rally up in Peterhead that I've been asked to go and speak at with Craig Houston and Alex Kearney regarding it, because there's been a lot of.
The increase in crimes have been dramatic. We'll only see some of them, but one example, there was two guys from a Mercury Hotel about 6 weeks ago, got caught with 1,200 child images, and he was given a community payback order. So that's a level that's happening, and that's the sort of punishment they're giving out.
Oh, really?
And that's just one example. A lot of the time you don't even hear about it.
So are you seeing are the people at Aberdeen, are they getting a lot of concern now?
Well, it's growing, but a lot of the time people are just brushing it under the carpet because you don't really see a lot of it. It's not publicised. That instance was only actually put in Twitter. It wasn't even put in the normal local papers. So it's almost as if they're hiding the crimes that they're committing.
Yeah.
But even like a general sense, if you walk down the beach, it used to be a lovely place for a public walk. And women are being told now to not walk alone if it's not light. For the fact that they can't walk alone in their own city, and that's just normal now. You should be able to walk around in their own city without being fear of being attacked or even just made to feel uncomfortable, even if it's not to the extent of a physical or sexual violence. It's to feel uncomfortable because there'll be groups on the stand at the corner and their own people are not feeling safe in their own city.
Seems that, because the thing is, the mainstream media might tarnish you as a right-wing fascist racist. I mean, are you
I'll
any
be
of
honest
those
with
things
you,
at all?
some of the things that even when the more you see on Twitter, the more you see, it sounds as if you are being racist, but it's not, because it's still a small part of that community. But the fact is, it's that community is committing them. And a lot of the time, it's not even just specifically Muslims, it's like a specific part of that. But it's not, I'm not like against any ideology or religion. I'm against people that are hurting women and children. That's exactly it. And if they happen to be majority of them, then yes, it is them, it's an issue.
Well, look, mate, I appreciate you for speaking on the camera, and well, it'll be interesting to see how the mainstream media tell people this one went.
Not a problem, mate. No, I'm just hopefully just going to make a change. Just have to do. Just have to try.
Definitely, I appreciate it, mate.
Well, it can't be true.
So that's the rally here done in Glasgow, Nick Tenconi's UKIP rally, and I just came out here to document it, interview people in the streets, get an understanding of why they're there. A lot of people have got concerns. We had guys from Aberdeen. I've heard a lot of things in Aberdeen. For me, I've always stand by it. There's something bigger at play. We're governed by something else, and there is the agenda. I tell everybody to go and watch the documentary by Ideological films called The Agenda, and it tells you exactly how this world is going to be shaped. Digital ID, 15-minute, 20-minute neighbourhoods, cashless society, net zero nonsense, and that's the future they want. They want us all locked into this new digital world, and for me, that's not a future that I want. But I came out here today, there was no trouble, thankfully. There could have been trouble because the Welcome Refugee March nearly collided. But thank God there wasn't. But it'll be interesting to see how the mainstream media tell everybody how this panned out today. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Please do share. And if you could help me out with my Buy Me a Coffee or my PayPal link, it would really help me. It means I can continue to do this. Helps towards hotels or fuel. And all we're trying to do is make people realise that, the mainstream media is not your friend. Anyway, thank you all, and bring the noise.